Scene opens with a speaker on a stage, addressing the audience. Hey everyone! How are we all feeling today? Good? Great! I want to start by asking you a question. How many times have you told someone, I'm going to start a business, or I'm going to get in the best shape of my life, or I'm finally going to write that book? We all have these big dreams, these incredible ambitions. We love talking about them, painting these beautiful pictures with our words. It feels good, right? It feels like we're already halfway there. But let me tell you a story about two friends, Alex and Ben. They both had the exact same dream: to run a marathon. Alex was a talker. He was passionate, energetic, and incredibly persuasive. He told everyone about his goal. This year is my year, he'd declare at parties. I'm going to conquer those 26.2 miles. He bought all the gear, the flashiest running shoes, the high-tech GPS watch, the professional-looking compression socks. His social media was filled with posts about marathon training and dream big. He spent hours watching videos of famous runners, reading articles about the perfect training plan, and talking about the ideal nutrition strategy. He could describe the race route in vivid detail, even though he'd never run it. He was an expert on the idea of running a marathon. Then there was Ben. Ben was quieter. When someone asked about his New Year's resolutions, he'd just smile and say, "Oh, I'm trying to be a bit more active." While Alex was broadcasting his ambitions, Ben was doing something different. At 5 in the morning, when the world was still dark and quiet, Ben was lacing up his old worn-out running shoes. He didn't post about it. He didn't talk about it. He just ran. His first run was tough. It was just a single mile, and his lungs burned. He felt slow and awkward. There was no glory in it. No one was there to cheer him on. It was just him, the pavement, and the quiet determination in his heart. The next day, he did it again. And the next. Slowly, 1 mile turned into 2, then 3, then 5. Meanwhile, Alex was still talking. I'm just waiting for the weather to get better, he'd say. Or, I need to finalize my perfect playlist first. Or, I pulled a muscle just thinking about it. I need to rest up. There was always a reason, always an excuse, always another detail to plan before he could actually start. The grand announcement had given him a temporary feeling of accomplishment, but it hadn't moved him a single step forward. The more he talked, the more the actual task seemed to grow into this insurmountable mountain in his mind. Ben, on the other hand, wasn't thinking about the whole mountain. He was just focused on the next step. While Alex was researching the best energy gels, Ben was experimenting with what worked for his body on his long runs. While Alex was designing his custom race day t-shirt, Ben was pushing through the pain of a 10-mile run in the rain, learning about his own limits and how to push past them. He had bad days, for sure. Days where he wanted to quit. Days where his legs felt like lead. But he didn't post about his struggles. He just got up the next morning and put his shoes on again. His proof wasn't in his words. It was in the calluses on his feet and the miles logged in his journal. Months went by. Race day approached. Alex had a great story to tell about why he wasn't quite ready. The timing just wasn't right, he explained. Next year, for sure. I've learned so much this year, I'll be even more prepared. He sounded convincing, as always. And Ben? Ben didn't say much. On race day, he just showed up. He stood at the starting line, not in the flashiest gear, but with the quiet confidence of someone who had earned his place there. He wasn't thinking about the finish line 26.2 miles away. He was just thinking about the first step, and then the next, and the next. Hours later, Ben crossed the finish line. He was exhausted, drenched in sweat, and every muscle ached. But as he received his medal, a genuine, hard-earned smile spread across his face. There were no cameras, no big social media announcements. The only proof he needed was that medal hanging around his neck and the deep, unshakable knowledge that he had done it. He had kept the promise he made to himself. Do you see the difference? Alex was in love with the idea of success. Ben was committed to the process of achieving it. We live in a world that encourages us to talk, to brand ourselves, to build a narrative, to shout our intentions from the rooftops. And there's nothing wrong with sharing your goals. But there is a danger when talking becomes a substitute for doing. When the satisfaction of telling people what you're going to do replaces the real, gritty, often unglamorous work of actually doing it. Words are cheap. They're easy. Actions. Actions have weight. They have substance. Every small action you take, every quiet hour you put in, every time you choose to do the work instead of just talking about it, you are casting a vote for the person you want to become. You are building evidence. You are creating proof. Your dreams don't care about your announcements. Your goals aren't impressed by your social media posts. The universe doesn't respond to your declarations. It responds to your actions. So, I challenge you today. What is that one thing you've been talking about? That dream you've been describing to everyone? Stop talking about it. Seriously, for 1 week, make a pact with yourself not to mention it to anyone. Instead, take that energy, that time, that focus, and do one small thing. Write one page. Go for one run. Make one sales call. Learn one chord. Don't post about it. Don't tell anyone. Just do it for you. Let your action be the only announcement you make. Be like Ben. Fall in love with the process. Find satisfaction in the quiet, unseen effort. Because the loudest statement you can ever make is the result. Let your success be the noise. Talk less. Prove more. Build your legacy one action at a time. The world has enough talkers. It needs more doers. It needs you. Thank you so much for listening. If this resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content to help you build your best life. Now go out there and start proving it to yourself.